Good evening and welcome back to Motorsport Manager. And the last episode in today's, the last episode in Season 1 is coming out today. Here we go. And we've got one race left. It's the Black Sea GP. And then we can have a nice look at what things are looking like for kind of Season 2. You know, at the minute, Season 1, you know where we are. We're at the bottom. We're having a tough time of it. We have been all season. But last race, we did do our very best of the season. Actually, we got a good chunk of points and we did all right, and we just got to take a little bit of a positive from that because there were crashes in that race that opened up space for us, in fact. And we also, by using a little bit of a better slash stronger strategy, we actually managed to finish above other cars on the track, which is a huge development for us, because it means that we not only, you know, whether or not we actually made overtakes on track, that's one thing, which we did make a couple, but we made positions through use of good strategy and stuff like that. So it does show that our team working together is slowly going to get better at these kind of things. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to pick the form drivers. It's the last race. We're going to go to practice with the form drivers. Now we're going to check the setup. We're going to go all the way to the left. For now, the handling and the speed balance is also going to kind of stick on that left-hand side. And see if that works. Tyre choice, we'll start with, oh, we've got a bit of rain. We'll start with the inters. That's all right. Now, same, oh, actually, maybe we start on the right here on this one. Yeah, probably about there and then about there. Yep. And speed balance moves to the right. Handling also moves to the right. And that's what we're going to kind of use to judge whether or not we've got the right setup straight away. Probably not. We very rarely get an excellent first up, but we might do. You never know. Let's send them out straight away. Can we change the... We can't really... Yeah, we can't really change the length on that, but we usually call them in after a couple laps anyway, because there's no real point doing an extra lap on the same setup when we're trying to figure out what is the best setup. You know, we're trying to figure that out. But let's zoom out a little bit and let's change that view. How do I want the view to be? Probably like this, so that when they come into the pits, yeah, like that. When they come into the pits, we see that they come around the corner, they go into the pits easy. Which is actually, but yeah, oh wow, that was close on the release in there. Anthony, way too much angle, downforce feels bang on. Okay, so I think again, I don't know, I feel like those features were actually quite close to each other. We've got some people out on softs and Dreyfus out on the mediums, but the inters look to be the best right now, unless these guys on the softs are able to put in better times. Have they put in their laps? They look like they have put in their laps, so we'll call them in, but they'll get the knowledge bonus for now. No one has yet put in those numbers that we're after. I mean, Gomez is actually ahead of a couple of races here, so maybe his setup is looking okay. But we shall see. The water on track is only going to get worse, so it's going to go to wets. You know, a wet setup is a little bit different than a dry setup. In fact, it's probably a lot different. Okay, downforce is good around here, so we're just going to move it a tad to the left. And then handling is actually going to have to go the other way. It's going to go all the way to the left. And the speed balance as well. So handling all the way as far as we can go. Even a little bit further with it. That'll have to do for now. I'm going on a new water on track right now, but that's only going to increase. So I'm actually going to send them out on the wets. Okay, and then Gomez, same situation. We're changing up the setup, trying to figure out what works best. The tyres are fine. Not a lot. Okay, downforce is just okay. Good on the speed. Oh, okay. So basically everything's heading towards the middle. Just a little bit. Not by a lot. Yeah, around there is what I think we're looking at. And that speed balance has actually gone a little bit too far. Let's move that back. There we go. That's a little bit better. And again, we're going to go to the wet tyres, because by the time they've done their outlap and a little bit of time spent fixing up the setup, the water on track is only going to get higher. It's only going to get more and more. So you can see it's going to jump up in a second. And it actually, yeah, there we go. It has a little bit. And then it's going to start to plateau. So we do want to try and make sure we are running the right tyres. And then again, the inters are always going to be faster. But this is more setup learning. It doesn't really matter how the laps are going. Even though at the minute, everyone who went out on a dry set of tyres is clearly on the wrong decisions, basically making the wrong decisions, because these were not weather for dry tires. So hopefully those kind of odd decisions move over into the race as well, and we can make the right decisions and get some positions up on the track. That'd be very nice. Okay, setup levels are getting unlocked. That's good. Although this setup does not look to be the best. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to call it early, because they're running slower. They're both running a bit slower because they're on the wets. And maybe we'll run back onto the inters again and see if there is any lap time to be had. Let's have a look-see. Send out. See what the setup did, how it was going. It's a 91 now. We're great on the downforce, good on the handling, great on the speed balance. So we've got to try and compare that to the first ones. Downforce went from okay to great. So I think everything, again, just goes a little tad to the right. Not very much at all. And we'll see if that does do it. We're going to go back to the inters and send him out. And then Anthony, when you pull in to the garage, we'll send out again. Okay, downforce is now excellent on Anthony's. That's brilliant. So even though, look at that. Look at that, 47, 83. The handling is still poor. So it was very poor. Now it's poor. So we've got to bring it into the middle for Faith Anthony. So that's where the handling needs to sit, about there. Speed balance went from very poor to good. Hard to know which way that needs to go, but the downforce is excellent. We don't need to worry about changing that, and we'll see if this last tweak of the setup gets us any more. Well, it gets us any closer to 3 purples across the board. That's kind of what we're after, but I don't think we've ever got close to that. It's very difficult. Okay, new sectors are being set. So the inters are definitely the tyre right now. Let's go up to 12 times speed, because this is just how we're going to run until the end. Looking at these sectors down here, there's a white, there's a green for Anthony. Next up, there's a white for Gomez at the minute. Is there going to be another one? 2 times 4, another white, but another green for Anthony again. So the better setup means that Anthony is potentially going to move up the board here, which would be very nice indeed. Let's see what happens. Anthony in 16th right now, doesn't manage to change anything with the last sector not really helping, but we'll actually be able to carry on and go for an extra lap, which will just give us a boost on the setup and potentially move us up the board if the next lap is a little bit better for them. Let's keep going. They're at white sectors at the minute, which is not an improvement, and that is where we shall finish. So the cars that were running the wrong tyres, we finished above them. We finished above them, and we managed to finish above them quite well, by quite a way, even though Dreyfus did end up putting one in on a medium. That's an interesting one. That's kind of weird. Everyone else went for the inters. So, nice practice today. We did okay in that practice. We don't usually do that well on the practice, but we did alright. We are starting at the front because other teams put their inters in and managed to do a much better run than us. But that's neither here nor there. We do not need to be worrying about that. Risk taker. But no, we're not really at that position where we need to be doing fast pit stops, to be honest. Okay. Okay, so we had it at 91. It's now dropped again. So, good on the speed balance. Great on the speed balance. And then back to good. So, speed balance needs to go a little bit to the left. Is that about right? That's where it was great. Good, great, good. Oh, just a tad more. Not very much. Not very much at all. Oh, that's actually... Yeah, that's where speed balance needs to be. Handling. Good. Good. And then okay. So we've got to get the handling in just about here. So let's see what we can do with that. About there. Pink. So it was good there. Good there. It needs to go even further, actually. Okay. So downforce was okay. Great and great. Okay, so I'm going to take the downforce back just a little bit. Handling, good, good. Okay, so we've moved it to the left. Yes. Speed balance, good. Great. Back to good, so we're back to the left again. That's all right. Okay. Ooh, okay. We definitely want to start. We definitely want to start on the soft tyre. That's all right. We don't really need to fuel up all the way. I'm saying we need to fuel up about 10 laps. No, about 12 laps. And then we'll pit onto the inters and see if that works. It's a bit of a risk. Not a crazy risk. It's a bit of a risk. Okay, very poor to good on the handling. Whereas speed balance is very poor to good to great. So speed balance just a tad to the right. Handling, I'm saying, is going to have to go a little bit to the left. Just like that. And the downforce can stay as it is. And we're going to go with the same tactic here for Faith Anthony, except the fuel option is going to be 2 laps extra. In fact, 16 laps, and maybe Anthony will start with a little bit less aggression as we try and extend that first stint and then change into the inters. That's the plan. We've got a plan. That's half the battle. We've got a plan. Now, do we need more of it? We need to execute it. We've got the plan. We need to execute it. Let's go. Gomez starts in first. Anthony is in second, conserving for a little bit. And Anthony's not looking too bad at the start here. Holding second place. We're holding first and second for a little bit. It won't last forever. We know that, but we'll see how long it can last for. Anthony's still going quite well in second. Holding that position. Has potentially lost it now. Not quite now. She has. But there we go. Not bad. Gomez still holding first. Tyres are not up to scratch, of course. We'll get them going a little bit. Push on those tyres just a little bit. Get them up to temperature. Gomez is still leading the way, somehow holding off the pack. Speed that up a little bit. Gomez will lose that first position. We know that's coming. There it goes. He's in second. He'll drop to third now, it seems. Struggling to overtake Rogers. That's all right. Just keep going at the minute. Those temps are not really working for Anthony. They're not really going. Which is a little bit rough, but Gomez is doing all right. Anthony's dropped down to 18th now, but Gomez is still holding firm at the top. He's on an 8.3 at the minute on his form, which is brilliant. That's exactly what we need. We need Anthony to pick up the pace a little bit. Pick up the form a little bit as well. Gomez drops to 9th. Tyres are underheated. Fine. Push. Get those temps up. Push, push, push. Both of you. I don't mind it. Both of you. Go for it. Back to ×4. Down to 10th now for Anthony. What is the weather looking like? We're only on lap 5 right here. Anthony's setting sectors, which is helpful. Still not quite in last place, which is nice. And Gomez has actually made an overtake there. Lost the position again. Lost the position back, but still there, looking for the overtake, and makes it. 12th place. Gone back to 13th. Come on, this is one heck of a battle. Pushing on these tyres. We've only got 6 laps left. Keep going, it's alright. Still in 13th though. Putting up a little bit more of a fight than we usually do. Usually, by this point, we're down below that sponsor objective. And we're really kind of, you know, sitting at the back trying to work out a strategy that's going to help us. At the minute, not quite there yet. Anthony is down in 20th now. That's okay. Yep, you can stop pushing now, Gomez. In 13th place still. Bit of fighting going on behind. Is the rain? Where is the rain? It's going to start really soon, in fact. It's going to start very soon. And there we can see the rain has started. The water is on its way. So I'm thinking lap 10 will bring Gomez in. That's what I'm thinking. We'll bring Gomez in on lap 10. In fact, it's already looking like the water's come down a little bit harder. We'll watch the cars ahead. We'll see if any of them dive into... Oh, no. Okay, fine. He's called it early. Going to fuel up all the way for as long as possible here. And then pit strategy. We're just going to play it safe because it's getting wet. It's getting... Anthony wants to as well. Yes, fine. Okay, Anthony will come in for inters as well. Fill up on the fuel. And Anthony, again, playing it safe. There's no need for us to take any risks. If it's wet and rainy, it does mean other cars might make mistakes. And if that does happen... See, this is kind of what I didn't want to do. I didn't really want to double stack. But Anthony called for the inters as well. So, not really much I can do about that. Okay, back out. 19th and 20th now. Quite a way behind, but there are a lot of cars who haven't pitted, so there is a chance, I suppose, of if we push in on the new tyres, perhaps we can make a little bit of time while the other cars drop into the pits, which they haven't done just yet. And actually, it looks like Gomez, I think Gomez made a position out on track there. Okay. Nicely done. Antonet's also made up a position. Gomez is now in 13th place. 15th, sorry. Lost a couple of positions there. Don't need to be on times 12 just now. But there are still some cars who have yet to pit. Which I'm thinking is a somewhat risky move, no? Because those tyres are going to be absolutely ready to explode, and or you're just going to be slipping all over the place. They've still not come in. They have still not come in. That is kind of crazy. Maybe they're saying it's not wet enough. Everyone else is. Everyone else is saying, yes, it is. Get on the inters. Get those slicks off. And all of these cars, I think, are going to drop down. So down to 5th. Down to 6th. Down to 7th. Down to 11th. They have dropped all the way, in fact, down here to 17th. Gomez is up into 12th. And Anthony is sitting in 18th right now. We're going to have to pit again real soon. In fact, let's do it now. Let's go for it now. Going to go onto the mediums. Going to fuel up again. And the pit strategy again. Taking no risks. And Anthony is a little bit behind. How far behind? 15 seconds or so? Yeah, Anthony can go for the pit as well. Fill up on fuel. Pit strategy again. We're playing it safe. There's no need to rush here. We're actually in a position because of the rain and the chance for more water later on. We've actually moved up the positions a little bit. Anthony comes in exactly as Gomez is leaving, which is pretty dang good for us. And we're going back onto a medium set of tyres here as the sun is going to bake that water off of the track. And it's going to... Maybe we were a stop early, but there are others who didn't even go onto the wet tyres at all. So we've made the call a little bit early. Let's push, get the temp. Actually, the temps are up a little bit, so we can just go onto engine mode, overtake for both of the drivers that we've got out there and see if we can make up a little bit of time. And then when everyone else comes into pit, are we going to get a little bit of a few positions, basically, a few positions up. Okay, it looks like the tire, the track temp, the temp is actually going to go down a little bit. The grip is not great right now. It did start getting a little bit better, but we're okay. We're okay for now. Keep going. Early stop, early change onto the mediums. But there are other cars. I'm kind of justified in it because there are other cars who never even changed You know, they never even changed off of the slick tyres. They never went to the inters. So I don't think it was a bad decision. I don't think it was a bad decision, if I'm being honest. We are pushing though. We're burning a bit of fuel, trying to get a bit more time. But let's see. Let's go 2 times 12 just for a little bit. There are now cars in the pits. Not a lot of them. Only 2 on that lap. So Gomez won't make any positions just yet. Let's go times 12 again. Gomez is setting personal bests. That's awesome. Now there are a lot of cars in the pits. And Gomez will shoot back the 13th position because of that. He's made a mistake there. Gone a little bit. Oh, wow. Cut the corner. No action taken. Ooh, that's lucky. That's a little bit lucky. We cut the corner to hold on to the position, but we are not punished for it somehow. Okay, tyre temps are a little bit low now. Let's push just a little bit. Get those tyre temps up just a bit. Gomez at the minute is racing for us for that sponsor objective. That's all we're kind of really looking at. Don't worry about looking at the back of his car. Just keep doing what you're doing. And Anthony is at the moment got 10 seconds on Dembele at the back. And we've got 16 laps remaining. The next stop will go onto the soft tyres. The track grip will build up towards the end of the race. Unless there's more water coming. I don't think there is. We might be in a good position here with one more stop to make. Push on those tyres. You know, right when they're fresh, when they're brand new. And see what we can do. Sectors. Anthony is still setting good sector times here. Which is really, really good. Keep going, Gomez. Still pushing. Gomez has dropped a little bit there. That's alright. We're actually okay pushing for now. Let's look at the conditions of the cars. Oh, rear wings at 37. Rear wing is a little bit low for them both. Yeah, we're going to stop pushing just for now. And I hope that hope there's no trouble with the rear wing towards the end of the race. There could be. Anthony in 15th still doing a really good favour here. Defending 15th, actually. But it doesn't really matter if you lose 15th because there's a bit of time between Gomez and Valdez. Just keep defending. I don't mind it at all. Putting in a good effort right now. No need to pit just yet. Are those other cars going to try and take these tyres to the end? I don't really know if they could. Could they? I mean, the mediums potentially, but then we'll have nice fresh tyres and hopefully a little bit of fuel as well. Let's pit Gomez onto a soft set. Fuel options. Fuel up. 2 laps extra. Again, we're going to play it safe. There's nothing we can really do about it. Oh, we missed the pit option there. So, onto the mediums. 2 laps extra. Park conditions. We're not gonna. I don't know. I don't know if we're making the right call here. It doesn't matter. Okay, Gomez comes into the pit. Anthony is still going. Gomez is in the pits. Make no mistakes. Anthony is going to pull up, hopefully right as Gomez leaves. Just a small, yeah, just a smidgen of a gap. But here we go. Gomez is in 19th on new tyres. They are actually already looking good. We'll go into overtake mode and see if Gomez can push up here. And also see if other teams, if other players going to... Other cars are going to lose a bit of position. Oh, we've got blue flags as well. That's not great. If they pit again, we've got positions to make. I don't know if they're going to pit again. But we've got nice new tyres. Can we make a bit of a chase? I mean, it's 12 seconds. The gap is huge. Maybe the 3-stopper was not the way to go, but it doesn't matter. Let's see. Are they going to pit? I mean, they've got to, surely. There's too many laps to go for these guys not to pit again. Valdez has retired. That's, I mean, we'll take it. We will take it. I know the rear wing condition is low. Don't worry about it. Keep going. No one looks like No one looks like they are going to come into the pits. Okay, let's quickly go slow-mo. The gap is 16 seconds to Dembele. I don't think that we've got... I mean, 4 seconds to try and make that gap is a lot. All laps. Let's push and see if it does come down. We've got the excess fuel. We've got the tyres in the bank. Let's go for it, Gomez, and see if that 16 seconds comes down. Nick Chu has crashed. Oh, that's another retirement. That means we've only got one position to make on the... Got one position to make on the track here. And the gap is still at 16. 15.8. 15.7. Okay, I'm just not going to worry about Anthony at the minute. No, whoa, 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 whoa. They've come in for Inters. Oh, they've come in for Inters. Okay, calm it down. Calm it down. Calm it down and get to the end here. You've got the... Okay, yeah, fine. You could... Well, I don't know. There's no need for Anthony because there's nothing to be gained. You've got to just go to the end, buddy. You've got to just go to the end. We're losing time with Gomez. Dembele is currently 17... No, 20 seconds? How many seconds behind is Dembele? 8 seconds. 7.9. 7.3. 6.8. You've got to go for it. You've got to go for it. Dembele is closing in fast. 5.5. 4.8. Can we hold it? Oh my word. Where's Dembele? He's got to be around there somewhere. Actually, he's got blue flags. So that should theoretically slow him down. You can't be ignoring blue flags. Then again, the car's behind him. That's going to be it. Dembele's going to get us. Dembele does get us. Wow. That is frustrating. Went on to the Inters. We didn't see that there was more water coming. But then again, there's nothing to be done about it. Okay, 17th and 18th. We miss out on the sponsor objective by 1 position, which isn't, you know, it's not that much money, so we're not really that worried about it. We do get a little bit of points for crashes / retirements. But the last race, we kind of got undone at the very end there by the water coming back. It didn't look like there was going to be, but then there was. Anyway, it is what it is. Were there any penalties given out? Not for us. And... Oh, but there was for an Archer driver who gets pushed down 4 places, and we do get the 16th after all. And Gomez had a 20-second time penalty. That must have been for the corner cutting. So it said no action taken during the race, but it must have been after the race. They've given us the time penalty. That's all right. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. I don't really want to judge the drivers this season. It's not really their fault. It's more the car. And hopefully next season is when we will push on and hopefully actually be competing in the races for positions rather than just trying to pick off positions at the end of the race, you know, the bottom positions. So what have we got? Arbeloa was well ahead of the pack. Look at that. Oh, it was a double points race as well. So Gomez actually took 10 points. Anthony took 8 points. Double points race. Dang. But Arbeloa finishes well ahead. We've completed a season. That means we've completed an objective, an achievement, which is nice. Look at that. 6 wins, 10 podiums. A podium in every race that is some consistency. You can't really be arguing with that. Okay, we hit the save. We'll see what happens when we load up. Pit crew. Okay. Have we got anyone to hire here? Not really. The numbers aren't really... If you look at tyres has to combine with refueling or fixing. There's no one there with great tyre numbers. That's the first thing we really look for, because that's your base pit stop, is changing tyres. So, we'll accept an interview. Which one of your drivers is better? I'm not answering that. Get out of town. What do you mean? Pit crew, that's fine. Dramatic race ends. Yep, that's fine. End of championship for all of us. Car repair complete. Car repair finished. Yep, we know that. The HQ will finish. The helipad will be built soon. Prize money. What was it? Whoa! Dang. Okay. That is going to help us for next season. Oh my word. How could Gerard win Driver of the Season when Arbeloa won the whole championship and got 10 promotions? That's incredible. I don't get it. Okay, removes bonus points for the fastest lap, and the spec brakes are now in place. That's what we like. Boa Esperanca have been promoted into the World 1 of the expensive chariot Motorsport have been relegated. In the Asia Pacific Super Cup, Eastwood have been promoted, and Kruger Motorsport dropped down. So we're going to be racing against Kruger. Okay, so that answers the question that I had about changing positions, which is basically, if we do well enough in our current thing, in our current championship, we will get promotion. So that's good to know. Okay, Engelhardt joins. Garuda joins. Okay, yep, fine. We're gonna keep Anthony for another season, I think. Wages aren't very important. Okay, that's fine. Status is fairly important. Okay, cool. Existing contract. Oh, we've offered less than the existing as well. We can't really do that. That's a little bit rough. We'll go. We don't. Do I want to offer a long? I can't really offer a long contract. No. I'm not sure if she'll accept that. I'm not sure if she'll be happy with that. But it's not really something I can be worrying about, because if she doesn't want to accept the offer, fine, we'll have to hire new drivers for the new season. We'll see what happens. Okay, the helipad has been built. Let's go to the mail. Media duties. Okay. Media puppet. Marketability goes up. Okay, cool. HQ. New buildings. There are new buildings we could potentially be building. The upgrade buildings. Max level reached. 15 million. We do not have. We've got just under 12 right now. What does the simulator do? It improves a lot of things. It improves rear wing. We don't need to worry about brakes. Let's look at the car and improving parts. No, sorry, designing parts. Brakes, front wing, and rear wing are now spec parts. The engine looks like it's got to be the next one, doesn't it? Engine next, I think. Let's look at sponsors as well. Okay. Upfront payment, 800. Bonus payment. Ah, but look at that. The upfront payment there, 900. And they want us to try and finish 13th, which is actually something I'm probably more looking towards, you know. We'll take the upfront payment. It says 9 oh no. 4 races, and then the potential for another upfront payment. So we'll accept the 800,000. Takes our current bank account to 12.6, I think it was. Yep, 12.6. Look at that. We're actually all the way up. Wow. Okay, that's not going to happen, but we'll have to take the 1.2 because that is a big chunk of money that we would definitely like when it comes to fixed pay per race. Oh, that's also a good one. Okay, that expires in a little bit. No upfront payment, but that's okay. Upfront payment 1.6, 1.0. Deal for 8 races, deal for 6 races. We'll have to take the 1.6, I think, from Shield. And they're going to be... Well, I don't know where they're going to be on the... Where are they? Ah, they're just there. Okay, I couldn't actually see that. I'm not sure why I couldn't see that, because it kind of blurs, I guess. Bango, just there. You know what? I'm going to take the fixed pay. I'm actually going to take it. there's no need not to. We're trying to make sure we get good deals here. Maxwell's on the back on the rear wing. Race bonus sponsors. Yeah, so yeah, fixed payment sponsors. Upfront payment, fixed payment, 0, 0. But we're taking the. There's only one left on the Bango anyway. So yeah, we're kind of taking the money at the minute, trying to build up the bank account a little bit. And what we'll do is we'll probably focus this next season. We won't mess around with improving parts as much. Try and improve a little bit more. Oh, it's another 7 million. Yes, because we were putting money away. Okay, what? Engine supplier doesn't actually change any base stats. That one does. Last year's supplier, we were with Shimizu, Russian Oil, XCT, and American. Nothing on the base stat. Okay, so and I mean nothing's really doing it for us, is it, you know? I think I need to worry more about the car than these things. So I'm just gonna click the lowest ones. We'll worry about these kind of things next time round, maybe. Okay, so this is the in-between mode. This is the in-between mode on the seasons. So that's where we're gonna leave things, guys. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. Season 1 has come to an end. We didn't actually do that bad, not really. Like, can we look at last season's results? 2016, we came at the bottom. We got 75 points. Let's try and beat that. That's all we're going to worry about. We're going to try and beat that in season 2. We've got more money in the bank. We've got 19, which I think is more than we started with. I don't actually quite remember. But we're hit next episode, whenever we come back for season 2. Not sure when that'll be, but it will be soon. We'll focus on building the car. Maybe even there'll be different drivers by then. I don't know. But that's what we'll worry about for now. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I shall catch you next time.